Hello everybody, this is Red Pill Phil here from the sunny Algarve, just on a family holiday. Thought that because it was a family holiday I'm just going to get away, not going to interact, not going to look at YouTube, not going to get involved, just going to shut myself away, just have 2 weeks with the family in the sun in a beautiful location. Not as easy as that though, is it? You come away, you do your bit, you're in good family time, but it's still in the back of your mind. If you feel as passionately about what's going on in the world as most people do, or a lot of people who are on YouTube that have been contacting me, then you can't just leave it alone, you can't just shut it off. And nor should you really when we've got problems the way we have, but I don't even know whether this video is going to go out, whether I'm going to put it on the channel, but like I say, I was just looking at a couple of the comments last night, which I probably shouldn't have done if I didn't want to get re-involved in it. I probably just shut it off until I got back home, but hey ho, when you're out and you've kind of made your stance, it's not easy just to go, oof, that's it, 2 weeks off, not worrying about it, no matter what happens in that 2 weeks. I mean, to me, that's just kind of silly to kind of think that. But some of the comments that I've had have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you to everyone. Brilliant. What it has taught me, looking at the YouTube, even though I felt as strong as I have done for months, maybe years, I've never really come out and said it. Maybe the odd conversation with a friend, which kind of breaks up pretty quickly because I do find in my circle that not many people are that bothered. I've probably got 2 mates I can kind of consider that I can really chat about stuff. So there's been a lot of having conversations with people, but they just want to talk about the thrilling things and the nice things in life. You feel that when you do get into these conversations, you're taking them down. It's like, alright, I'm taking you down. What about when, you know, 4 miles away from where you live, 22 people get bombed, countless other people get maimed? You know, the psychology of it. How many people are not going to want to go to the MEN again? Even though that's pretty silly to think that, but that's a natural reaction. How many people are not really going to want to mix and mingle in them circles again? It just doesn't make any sense. So you've got to take it on board. And whether you want to talk about it or not, but it just seems that a lot of people don't. I've had a lot of really good messages. I've had some foolish messages. Some people who still don't get it and still think, why am I supporting EDL, UKIT, going on with themselves? And it's almost like they feel that I've got to, if I zip this skin down underneath, it's white. And that's how they kind of make me feel. But I'm like, really? I am just a human being, full stop. Just one person. There's many people who've been commenting who are just as articulate, if not as articulate, more articulate than I am. Absolutely brilliant. I've had some top conversations. I've been to the Chelsea, Justice for Chelsea March, met a lot of fantastic people there. Obviously I met a lot of fantastic people at the UK Against Hate March, and there'll be other marches in the future that I'm going to really try and attend, because this is a cause that's worth fighting for. But the one thing that I will take away from reading all the comments is it's given me a sense of camaraderie, because I'm just thinking that, you know, with all these issues, the way I feel, my kids being at the age they are, losing their liberties, even though kids of this age don't realise the liberties are gone. There's certain liberties that we had 10, 15 years ago, your kids, my kids will never have again. That's it, done. And the more it happens, the more they're going to take more and more liberties. And I don't mean take liberties, I mean literally take the rights that you have in order to live your life as a so-called free person. It just isn't happening. They're not doing it, so it's pretty depressing to think that your kids are not going to enjoy the same kind of freedoms that you have. But all you can do is kind of voice your opinion. And there's still a hell of a lot of people there that are still so asleep, it's unbelievable. I can understand why they're asleep, I really can. I'm not going to get too angry with anyone, because you know what? There's times I've felt, I wish I was still asleep. Ignorance is bliss. If you don't know about it, then it's not going to affect you. You can just carry on living your life. But then there's part of me goes, well, you can't do that, because once you know, you know. And I'd rather know and be informed. I mean, look now, I've come to the beautiful part of the Algarve. We're actually in Lagos Beach here now, absolutely gorgeous. Now, there's people that, if they're uninformed, might go to certain other countries. Turkey, Tunisia, Spain, nothing wrong with any of them countries. But there's been a lot of activity in them countries also. So if you're not on it, you're not semi-informed, you're going to go there. And I'm not saying anything's going to happen because you choose to go there. You may go there, come back, and have had a fantastic time, and I hope you have, each and every person. But we all know the different things that have gone on there too. So it's a question of whether people want to wake up. And if anything, I'm just going to say, please, just try and reconsider. If you are that way inclined, where you do feel that someone like me is kind of chatting crap and kind of making things worse, I'm not making things worse for anybody, I feel. I'm open to anyone, no matter what the race is, no matter what. As long as you kind of stand by a set of ideals that we've had in England and most of the West for centuries. So, I mean, even the most naive person has got to see that over the past 20 years, have things not changed to the point where you're going to at least reconsider what's going on? I mean, you're just going to carry on. More and more bombs, more and more liberties. Oh, just carry on, won't say nothing. Won't, ooh, I'm going to a party tonight, but we won't talk about it because it might bring the conversation down. So, you know what, let's just talk about football. Let's just all have a laugh and a jolly, and that's fine. I don't get it. Not that I'm a serious person, I love and I laugh and joke with everyone. But at the same time, when there's issues on the table, surely you've got to bring it up and not feel too guilty about it. So maybe we all just need to take a little second look at the way we're living our life, what we're doing, how we're doing it. Now, if anyone on the left is listening to this, nice one for watching it. You might be looking at me now thinking, what a dick. But I'm out that box. So don't try and put me in that box. Anyone who starts talking like that, to me, I have this little vision in my head. It's like a box there, and I'm some kind of contortionist. And then what you're trying to do is try to bend up my limbs, squeeze me in that box, slam the frigging door shut, stick a padlock on it, because that's where it belongs. And then put it up there with where all the black people are, where all the brown people are. I ain't like that. Now, it's up to other people how they feel. I mean, I've just walked down this beach now. Just walked right along the seashore, brilliant. Did I get looks? Of course I get looks. Because I'm a black man with a bald head and a gold chain. Does it bother me? No, not in one way. Luckily, I've got my father, a Sierra Leonean, to thank. Tribesman, Mende tribe. Strong mentality, which I try and instill into my kids. So if any of these try and make me feel, look at this guy here, really, I'm just gonna judo move that back on your ass and let's see where you go. Not that I walk around like I'm a tough guy either, because I don't, but I'm very confident in the skin that I'm in. I'm very happy placed mentally where I'm at. I've never been so on it. And the beauty is, I know I'm not alone, because there are thousands and thousands of people who feel the same way. So this is basically a video for you guys to say, nice one, big respect to anyone who's feeling the movement. Just have common sense and truth, that's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not trying to bring the world down, I'm not trying to point the finger at every brown person, every Muslim, every black person. Friggin' hell. But you've got to call it as you see it. When you've got an ideology that's taking people out, and when you've got a moderate kind of Muslim that don't really want to report on anyone that's doing anything like that because it means going against their own, then what good's that to me? They're living 3 streets down from me, 2 doors down, next door, whatever. You're alright, you might want to come out your house with all your headgear on, you won't want to talk to anyone because they're not a Muslim. Alright, not happy with that because that's not how a community works, but fair enough, you can deal with that. I'm going to give you an hard time over it because I could probably see it from your point of view. You know, you've been taken out of a strange land and put there, fine. But I'd like to think on one level you think, well, you know what, these people are happy enough to kind of bring me in and upset me, so let me try. Alright, you don't want to, that's fine. But then if you know anyone who's actually got bad intentions, or literally just start sounding off like they're just angry with the West, whilst you're claiming benefits, whilst you're getting interpreters, whilst you're in hospitals, probably getting ahead of the queue of people who've paid the taxes all their life, while you're getting school places that people in this country struggle to get. They have to start moving all over the place in order to get into a certain caption zone. But hey, I'd just come in, bang, straight in there. Not only that, no one can say anything bad to me, because as soon as they do, I'm a racist. Even if I get a dirty look, that's racism. No, it's not. I just got dirty looks there, it's not racism. Stereotyping, yeah. A bit of ignorant people, yeah. Not racism. People walk up to me there and call me a black whatever, then that's probably racist, yeah. And I deal with it just as I deal with anything else. Not violently, I don't need to. People are different, there's a lot of different skin shades, a lot of different shapes, and this, that and the other. So what do? Do we act like a prison? Like an American prison system, or maybe even a British prison system where you start divvying out, well, the blacks go there, the whites go there, the Chinese go there. I mean, that's the way they want to run society, isn't it? So in a sense, you could say we live in the biggest open prison ever. As long as you stay in your box, you're alright. You come out of that box, friggin' hell. All hell's gonna break loose. So, I think I'm gonna go back to my wife and kids now. Whether I post this or not, I'm not sure, but if I do, hope you've enjoyed it. My name's Red Pill Phil. If you like what you hear, I guess the usual mantra is subscribe and like, big thumbs up and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't, fair enough. I understand. I'm just probably going to use this medium as a sounding off board. I'm not trying to convince the whole world the way I feel. People are going to believe it, people are not going to believe it. It's up to you. But much appreciation for everyone who's had nothing but good things to say. People who tend to see it the way I do. People I've never known and probably never will meet, that are saying the most nicest things, seeing it for what it is, whether they're white, whether they're black. So just thank you to all you guys and gals, and hopefully I'll be putting something else up pretty soon. But massive respect to Mr. Peter Sweden, massive respect to Mr. Tommy Robinson, and all the other folks that are doing the fight. It's not an easy place. Not an easy place when you stood up, showing yourself and saying it as it is, knowing that you're going to get pure hatred back. You'll get some people who'll pat you on the back, but once you've been exposed, that's it. So it's not a happy place. So, you know, I've kind of seen that myself. So you've got to have a really strong character to be able to stick out from that and go, you know what, I don't care. I'm not here to insult anybody. I'm not here to throw sand on anyone's back when they've just frigging rubbed cream on them. I'm just not. But I'm trying to say common sense and truth. Now, if you want to live in a little bubble where no one should say anything against anybody or whatever, then yeah, you live that. But at the same time, don't try and tell me to live like that. I've got a mouth. I know what's right and what's wrong, so I'll say it. So I'm hoping other people will just start standing up themselves and saying it and seeing it. you know, because we need to. The more people, the better. Whether it be minorities or whatever, we're all people. We are all people. Yeah, I'm black. So what? But I'm a person first. And everyone else is a person first. So if you want to get into that kind of prison mentality, then you do it, but I ain't. I've got the key to that frigging jail cell and I'm out. I've done my paper mache head. I've crawled down the pipes. I'm crawling through the brickwork. I've blown up part of me prison suit to make an inflatable. And I'm floating my ass across that Alcatraz and I'm out of there. I'm done. And you ain't catching me. So the hole is already there, guys. There's a cell there with a hole in it. So if you can get yourself to that cell, get yourself out. Because honestly, when you see things from a perspective of a human being rather than a categorised human being, then the picture does seem a bit clearer and things don't seem to get to you that much. So thanks a lot anyway, guys, and hopefully I'll post something else soon. Till then, see you later.